today it is finally time to rebuild the squad that you have been asking for. Ajax Amsterdam, one of the most successful European teams out there. People seem to forget that this squad has won multiple Champions League titles, and now they are sat in the third position in the league, where a lot of people thought Ajax just dominated each season, but they don't. This season, 13 points behind Feyenoord. That is completely unacceptable. Their team has scored more goals than Feyenoord, but still wasn't able to get it done in the end. So, what is the issue with this squad? How can we fix Ajax and go ahead and rebuild them in the best way possible, in the most Ajax way possible? By focusing on youngsters, of course, and making sure they have some incredible Dutch players in their team as well. So let's dive straight into this time to rebuild Ajax. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, to get ourselves a new 5-star scout. One thing I need to do, or have to do as a requirement for an Ajax rebuild, of course, is to have an academy player come through and play for us when we get to that Champions League final. So, Stan Vermeulen, you are being signed, and we need you to go ahead and find some incredible talent, of course, in Netherlands, and one of them will be in the starting 11 in the Champions League final, I promise, and that is going to be one goal of the many that we set for ourselves. Now, obviously, if we go into the Ajax squad, you will see a couple of players like the captain Tadic that are expected to stay at the team for the upcoming season, but then you also have others that are massively linked away, like Kudus as well. Especially Brighton seems to be a link for him. But generally speaking, the way we do these rebuilds with fixing what went wrong in 2023 is we look at news and make decisions upon those. Rumors of players coming in, rumors of players going out, all of that will be looked into. But first up, I need to go ahead and look at the players that have already come into the team and the ones that have already left. So let me get them into the club already. So let's take a look at the players who have left the squad to begin with. We are looking at Regier, who is a great talent, or Regier, however you pronounce his name. He has gone to Twente. Florian Grilic was at the club, and it hasn't really worked out for him. He has returned to Hoffenheim now. Univar is out on loan at Twente as well. Yuri Baas out on loan. Stekelenburg has ended his career. So now we also know, obviously, that players like Jurien Timber have left the club as well. Timber signing for Arsenal, basically. And when we look at other players here, in terms of rumored, we have the likes of Kudus and Alvarez, who might be leaving the club, and that is something we will consider for sure. And I am seeing other news as well, but this is the big one. Branko van der Boomen. This is a player that is signed with Ajax right now. He had an incredible season in League 1 with Toulouse. He was an amazing midfielder for them. So now he has returned to play for Ajax, and probably a spot he will be getting is going to be a spot of maybe the cam position. Like, I'm really wondering how they're going to play, because Van der Boomen, in my opinion, is probably better than Berghuis, and Berghuis is a good player, don't get me wrong, so he can probably play centre mid, as he has done a couple of times. He's obviously not the best defensively, so you would then ask Taylor to do a lot more on the defensive side, which I don't know if that fits him too much. But Van der Boomen, in my opinion, deserves a spot in the starting 11. So there's going to be a discussion about how they set up to go ahead and play him. And then looking at other players that have come in, Tahirovic. This is an extremely talented player coming in from AS Roma. Mourinho's club has let him go to join Ajax, so he has come in as well. And other players like, for example, Darami, have come back from their loan deals. So Darami coming back from Copenhagen. All these things will be considered. But now, let's start with some of the rumors of players leaving. Rumors. Let's take a look at the rumors. Well, Kudus deal not changed at this stage. He is on Brighton's list since 10 days, but it's not close yet. Here's the thing. With Kudus, I think with Ajax specifically, it's always one of their targets to bring in players or through their academies and then sell them on for big money. That has always worked out that way. And for that reason, I honestly think Kudus is going to go. Then the other player who is on the list of possibly being sold, Edson Alvarez, who actually was already kind of on that list and wanting to leave last season, I heard. So this is quite interesting. Edson Alvarez still waiting for Dortmund and Kehl, the sporting director of Dortmund. as the door is not 100% closed yet. Depends on Can Özcan contract extensions, but no contact between Dortmund and the player in the last days. At first, those contacts were apparently very strong. Apparently, Alvarez was already on the verge of joining Dortmund, but now they've kind of shifted towards wanting to extend Emre Can's contract. But still, if Edson Alvarez has been wanting to leave last summer already, probably this summer I can still see him go, because Ajax does need that cash to go ahead and reinvent themselves. So for that reason, guys, I've gone ahead and done the deals for Kudus and also for the likes of Edson Alvarez. So both of these guys have left. Especially in the case of Kudus, we do have Van der Boomen who has come into the team, and he's going to be strengthening up that attack if he needs to. Obviously, he can play that center midfield spot. I don't even know why I didn't put him into that spot, but generally speaking, I think for Toulouse, he was in a more of like an attacking role, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's still quite a physical player because he's 6'2", but this could be something that we could do. Van der Boomen alongside Taylor with Berghuis in front of them, Tadic on the left, Robbie up top, and possibly Conceição on the right wing, or of course Bergwijn could be playing on that wing too. I personally am not impressed by Bergwijn, but again, he does get goals, he does get assists, but then again, is that just because he plays every game for Ajax and they are quite a dominant team in the league? And could any other player do that too? If Conceição gets that play time regularly and he get those numbers too, I kind of think so. So I'm not personally, as a football player, I'm not impressed by Bergwijn. But then again, I'm not the one making the choice here. So go ahead and play for us if you need to. But this could be how they look going into the new season. Except there is one more thing we need to look at. And that is, apparently, Geronimo Rulli, the goalkeeper, is having a very hard time adapting to life in Netherlands and would want to return to Spain. They claim he met with Villarreal's management yesterday. That is a very interesting one. That makes me think, like, does Ajax need to get a new goalkeeper in? And I think that might just be true. So let's go ahead and just make that decision anyways. He's going to be 32 next year, and they've had old goalkeepers for a while now, because previously it was this man, Pasveer, playing in goal the season before, and he's going to be like 40. So, yeah. Maybe a younger goalkeeper would be a nice thing to have over here. Apparently, Ajax are in for an interesting talent. It is Martin Wittig. After Jurrien Timber's departure to Arsenal, Ajax are now working to sign a replacement, and the Czech centre-back is considered a real target. That man right there could be the next centre-back for Ajax. And straight away, we are going ahead and signing him for this Ajax squad, and he fits the category of young player with a lot of potential ahead of him. Comes in from the Czech Republic, and he will take over that right centre-back spot straight away. Ahmetcan Kaplan, by the way, also a big talent from Turkey, but hasn't really had that playtime at Ajax yet. I wonder with Timber leaving if he gets a little bit more playtime coming on and possibly getting subbed on to a few more games in the future. But for now, we have brought in Wittig, and he comes in with a 73 rating, great pace, great defending and physicality, and most importantly, he is 6'4" tall, which is obviously a massive difference compared to how tall Jurrien Timber was.
Large, massive, huge.
Actually, I'm just realizing that there's an issue at Ajax. Luka is gone, and his loan has expired, and you only have Robin and Rasmussen. That surely isn't enough depth for that striker position, so I wonder what they're going to do in that spot. But for now, I have not found any rumors. But as I said before, Luka, they have announced that his loan deal has expired and he will not return to Ajax. Italian striker scored 2 goals in 14 games. He is gone. Well, for the new season, I am going ahead and bringing in Arjinet Muric. Yes, the reason why it's for the new season is because I'm going to keep Rulli for 1 year. But Muric is someone that is apparently not wanted by Burnley anymore. Obviously, Burnley have signed or are about to sign Trafford, the under-21 goalkeeper for England, who has done really well, who everyone is talking about, who has kept all the clean sheets. So for me, Muric, there is an opening for him to go ahead and find a new team, and this would just make too much sense. Rulli goes next season, Muric comes in. Perfect transition. We might have found the Youth Academy talent, guys. This is the most expensive one I've come across so far, and it is Matthijs Peters. It is someone that goes for 1.8 million. Hopefully, he'll be looking great by the end of the season. I'll be applying all of the development plans I can to make sure that kid gets a lot of playtime with us next season. Oh, he comes in at a 64 rating as an exciting prospect in the cam position. Alrighty, he wants to take over at some point, and the good thing is we have Berghuis in that position right now, who's kind of old, so he can take over at some point. Ajax fans, I'm sorry, but our team has only come in 3rd place and missed the title by 2 points. Ridiculous to see that it's been that close between us, AZ Alkmaar, and Feyenoord, and PSV also only 4 points away, but a massive gap to Twente. You can see it was a 4-team race this season, and that is good to see. So next season, I reckon we can do even better because we will be making the right decisions. But Tadic has gone down to 77. He's getting old. So Bergwijn has taken over the left wing spot. Conceição over to the right wing. And obviously, Muric came in January, not the next season. So yeah, he is here now with a 79 rating. And then Brobbey up top, Berghuis in cam, Van der Boomen, Taylor in midfield. Wijndal, Bassi, Wittig looking very good as the new transfer, Wrench and Muric. I really like the setup that we have right now, but clearly we are missing, not licking. No one's licking anything over here. We are missing a player for the striker position, and this is Peters. He is the youngster that came through the youth academy. He has only grown by +1. But he was only here for a couple of months anyway, so I probably should go ahead and loan him out to make sure that in the future he's going to be ready for Ajax. And Berghuis probably has at least like 2 more good seasons in him. Let's quickly check out who has scored those goals for Ajax. Bergwijn, hey, as much as I doubt you, you have stepped up, and Berghuis, 25 and 7. And our striker has the least amount of goals there up compared to those two. And then Klaassen, 12 and 6, which is still impressive. And then Taylor does well. Conceição, 20 assists. Wow, my man was on fire. As some of you guys might know, Luis Suarez was an Ajax player at one point. The Uruguayan striker, obviously, then moving on to Liverpool and have an incredible career. I thought, you know what? Let's bring in another Uruguayan striker to Ajax. He's going to be the backup of Brobbey, Martin Satriano. A player from Inter that is currently out on loan at Empoli. I don't actually know how well he has done this season, but he's going to come in as a backup striker since we badly needed it. Tadic has left the club. Yes, that has happened. So now we're looking at this team and thinking, what do we do? Like, what position do I need to actually strengthen? Honestly, I think we just wait for our center attack and midfield talent to come back into the club. Until then, everyone is going to grow. And if I need to make decisions, I will go ahead and do so. But for now, I feel quite confident with the team. Peters currently out on loan at Levante. Hopefully, he will grow to at least a 70. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed. We sadly failed this season in the Europa League against Benfica, another team that loves to bring out talents. And in the league, the big question is, have we won it? And we have won it. Congratulations to Ajax. You've done it. We have regained control of Eredivisie, and Feyenoord are only on 60 points. Only 2 teams were fighting for it. AZ Alkmaar 3 points behind us. PSV in 5th. That must have been a quite interesting season to watch. Now, goals-wise, Brobbey, let's go. But not as many goals from other players on the pitch, which is interesting. Berghuis, now 32 years old. 84 rated, preparing him to leave our team. Not the next season, but possibly the one after that. I do have one thing to say, though. Conceição was grown incredibly up to an 85, but I am a bit unhappy with Van der Boomen's performances. I probably need to bring in a different center midfielder. So, after all, we will need a new transfer. But the starting 11 has done really well here. A lot of growth that I love to see. Bassi and Wittig looking great. Wijndal, who probably will get a lot more playtime, a lot more consistent playtime this season. And then Wrench, who has played in the under-21s with Netherlands, is here and an 84 rated. Muric, 82. A lot of good stuff that we can definitely look at and, take into the next season. But I will need a new centre mid, and our youngster that was out on loan is on. He's on a 2-year loan, 71 rated, +5. Perfect season, I guess. We have won the Eredivisie and we're back in Champions League football.
We're back, baby.
The next player I'm bringing in is a little bit underrated in my opinion. It is Nicolas Dominguez, who has always been a big talent, but never really broke through at a big club. I think this is his time right now. Van der Boomen, I appreciate you, but Kenneth Taylor needs someone next to him who can do the defending, allowing Taylor to move forward even more. So here he comes. Nicolas Dominguez, a player that I always loved buying in career mode, and we had to pay 40 million for him, which kind of tells me they might be high rated. Van der Boomen again, as I said, he's going to be dropping down to the bench. Let's take out Salah Eddin right there. Van der Boomen is ready to help us out whenever he can, but Dominguez is the one. He comes in with the same rating. Great stats overall. Not the best in terms of shooting, but clearly much better in terms of defense. High work rate as well. And now we're going to change the formation to a 4-2-3-1 wide. And then obviously push forward these wingers once more and allow the lads to do exactly what they can do best while Dominguez is sat in the CDM position. Big transfer for us. In the Champions League this season, things didn't work out against Juventus. We got kicked out in around the 16, but I hope Ajax has been consistently at the top of the league. No, they haven't. AZ Alkmaar has taken over. What the hell, man? AZ, congratulations. I mean, they have some incredible talents, let's be honest. I think they have won the UEFA Youth League, so congrats to them. But our team, honestly, looks ridiculous. How's Berghuis still growing? He's 33. Dominguez, great first season. Taylor growing alongside him. Our back line is looking stronger than ever before. Muric up to an 84. Satriano up to a 78. Van der Boomen is still doing well. Klaassen also growing off the bench. Honestly, I am confused. But I want to see, where is our youngster that we loaned out for the academy? Peters is up to a 73. This is his last season at Levante. Next season at the beginning, he will be with us. 2 months left in the season for him to grow. So hopefully he'll come in at like 74 at least. But he is someone that we will have to force into the starting 11. Hopefully he's going to be good enough to play in that cam spot. But statistically here, we are seeing Robbie with the most goals. Conceição, again, amazing season. Berghuis has done well. Bergwijn is up with the 11 and 12. And generally speaking, the entire team seems to have chimed in, but I do think now it's actually time to get further than just around the 16 in the Champions League. But let's see how it goes next season. So this season, we've had some success. We are diving into a Europa League final, my friends, which is obviously an amazing thing for this team. Conceição sadly red-carded as we speak, but it is time to take on AC Milan with an incredible looking team, with Dominguez being the lowest rated player, but it will be fine. Berghuis will be replaced next season, at least I'm going to try to. But here we go. Who is going to win it? It's going to be AC Milan. So we fail in the Europa League final on penalties. That is painful, but at the same time, I'm still proud of what the team has been able to achieve. And in the league, hopefully, we have done it again. 86 points, 16 points ahead of PSV. And obviously, if we look at the cup, which I haven't shown you guys a lot here, we have won that one too. So the double has been secured in this season. But obviously, we want to get further in Champions League football and not necessarily play in the Europa League. And honestly, this team is already capable of winning it. So next season, we could have Peters, the youth academy talent, come into the starting 11 at maybe possibly at like an 80 rating by the time we get to that final. And yeah, he could play instead of Berghuis. But obviously, for that to happen, this team has to get into that Champions League final. And that is not going to be an easy task as we failed to get through the knockout stages this season. But Robbie, Bergwijn, Conceição, Berghuis, all these guys looking very good in what they have done this season. Even the CDM getting involved, and Taylor with 13 assists, having a great year too. I expect a lot more in the next year. We got past Inter to play against another Italian side, Juventus. 3-1 win. Looks beautiful. 2-1 win after that. Real Madrid in the semi-finals. Oh no. That's surely the end. There's no way we get past Real Madrid. Having said that, though, we seem to be on great form. And we win. Come on. Keep it up. Yes. Let's go. We lose against Cambuur, but we beat Real Madrid. I guess we can just say that we might have rested a couple of players to get to this point. Now, this means we played a Champions League final. The youth academy talent that we have has to be playing in a starting 11. And guys, I might have some bad news for you, because I have seen something earlier on that I didn't realize at that point in time. Someone bought Kenneth Taylor for 200 million. Yes, they have done so. Our 89 rated center midfielder has left the squad and has left us now with the likes of Van der Boomen, who's going to be fine to play, don't you worry. But Robbie, 91, Bergwijn, 92, Conceição, 93, and then Peters, our youth academy talent, will be playing in that cam position. I'm only realizing now that he has incredible pace. He could have actually been a great winger as well. But anyways, we have Van der Boomen, who's going to be playing, Dominguez, who we brought in, Vitic, who we brought in, Muric as well. And obviously, a lot of the Ajax talents are going to be sticking around. There's no way they're going to do a whole rebuild and let everyone go, obviously. So we are trying to keep it somewhat realistic in these rebuilds, in which we try to fix what has gone wrong. But let me just double check the league title here real quick. Eredivisie, let's go. 1 point ahead of PSV. Cup winner as well. Beautiful scenes, man. PSV got very close, but they couldn't do it in the end. And this team has managed to get to a point where a treble is a possibility. And I'm not against it at all. Bergwijn, Robbie, Conceição, front three doing incredible things. And Berghuis has done well himself. And then we have our youngster who's gotten a goal and an assist. Matthijs Peters. This whole thing was built upon you, mate. This is your moment now. Let's see what you can do in that Champions League final. Now we dive into the Champions League final. The center attacker mid from the Youth Academy is going to play in this game. There he is. Peters is ready for this one, hopefully. Oh, well, okay. First thing he does is a failed pass. Great start. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is happening? Bergwijn cuts in and waits for the run of the fullback. Wijndal. Robbie is a big boy.
What did you just say?
Robbie is a big boy. Robbie is an amazing player. Let's go. What a finish. Robbie in the right spot at the right time. Wijndal on the left. Robbie breaks away from defenders, points towards where he wants the ball, and just goes for it. A nice little bicycle kick in a Champions League final. Who doesn't like that? Yes, Vitic. Dude, he comes across like such an insane player here. I love it. Peters, come on. Youth Academy, lads. Champions League final. And he does it. He freaking does it. Let's go, dude. 61st minute. It is Matthijs Peters scoring in a Champions League final. What a joy to watch. An amazing moment. And the objective to play him in a Champions League final has worked out perfectly. Robbie with the pass. And he just sprints through. And he has the composure. Great job. Win that, Conceição. Yes, he's the small lad and he wins that. Are you kidding me? Robbie 3-0. Robbie 3-0. Peters assist and Conceição with the header to get us into this position. The guy is so small and still gets it done. Incredible. I don't feel comfortable here. This is going to be a bad free kick for me, isn't it? It is. It well and truly is. Oh no, it's 3-1. We lose the clean sheet. I mean, why is it like so consistently perfect that these free kicks work out? Pulisic scores in the end. Oh my god, Reece James. Is he going to cause us some trouble here? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. What a pass by Dominguez. And an incredible... Oh, what? Okay, so Peters wanted to score that by himself. I wanted to pass across to Robbie, but I couldn't. And he... Okay. This young man from the academy, despite being the lowest rated player in the team, has single-handedly gone ahead and won this Champions League final for us. I think he has 2 goals and an assist. Branko van der Boomen is going to lift that trophy. In that moment, you can confirm that business is booming for Ajax. So I couldn't withstand that. I'm so sorry to finish off the video on such a terrible joke. But guys, it was a joy to watch Peters come into this team and get it done in the end. Honestly, that was all I wanted to see, and it worked out just perfectly. Ajax always puts a lot of emphasis on youth, and they have done it once again and won yet another Champions League trophy right here, right now. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Take care and peace.